the 40, stays on his feet, cuts it back. Marion Brown, another kickoff return for a touchdown.
Look out! There goes two! No flags! Touchdown!
Howard in trouble! Incomplete! And the Michigan Wolverines will shock the college football world!
Time coming off. Howard's going to run for it. Time runs out. And that'll do it. Oh, my goodness. Welcome to the Big Ten, Oregon. They storm the field at Austin.
He handed it off to Love, who stays on his feet. Love is in the end zone. Notre Dame has won the Orange Bowl, and Marcus Freeman is taking them to the championship game.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Big Show podcast. A very late show, starting 5 minutes before 2 o'clock. We probably should have started this about 3 or 4 hours ago.
4 hours ago, yeah.
We're not very smart. We're the true sickos of college football fans. We've been staying up and watching all of the West Coast games, getting to see barn burners like Idaho versus Washington State, where Washington State nearly actually coughed up the game by fumbling inside their own red zone. Thankfully, only Idaho kicked a field goal to tie the game. And then I think Wazoo, when I last saw, was about to kick a game-winning goal. I switched away. But anyway.
Yeah, if you're joining us now, currently we
both have the Colorado
State
and Colorado State
Washington
just try to
playing.
fake field. They just try to fake punt, and the dude got sacked on the pass attempt for like a loss of 20 yards.
Man, this is
So, yes, we are true sickos of college football fandom.
it was tied about 20 minutes ago. But anyways, we are recapping today.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Yesterday, today, whatever. I haven't gone to sleep yet.
So we need to get. It's been a little bit. We didn't really do this last year, so I don't think we did doing the recap shows. We did that at the when we started off the show a few years ago. I feel like we need to get back into that, doing a show, our pick'em show on Friday or something, and then then we do a just immediate reaction on like Saturday night or something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then
like, everything's fresh.
Everything's more fresh, and then we can
a lot to talk about.
Yeah, but the also good thing is that if not everyone joins us for the initial reaction show on Saturday or something, we can still give reactions on the Friday shows again.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're going to touch on some things on Friday. We'll probably go in more into depth about these things, but
yeah, we're just going to give our initial thoughts
on here. And I just wanted to hop on here and get this going. But before anything, I owe an apology to Tarleton State.
We all do.
Yes, I owe an apology to Tarleton State. At the beginning of Friday's show, I said, "Yeah, who would want to watch and UTSA at in Ireland, right? Nobody would want to watch that." Turns out,
is UTSA the team? Is UTSA one of the teams that's playing next year?
No. I don't know.
Oh, is that just an example?
Yeah, that was just an example of like I don't think that would get a lot of viewership, and apparently Tarleton State knocked off Army. One of the better teams that some people had this season, beat them in 2 overtimes.
I didn't realize it was an double overtime like that.
Oh yeah, double overtime. Yep. Yeah, managed to beat them to all the cadets in front of the end zone at Army.
Yeah, I'm just glad you said the right word there and not midshipman, obviously.
No. I know not to mess that up. People get all 40 of them will get really upset at me. But
no, Army fans. There's hundreds of them.
No. I'm not saying just Army fans. I'm talking about the people who take it really seriously, who would actually.
There's still hundreds of people that would get upset, but we do also apologize for the dozen Tarleton State fans that are out there. For Josh's in
the friends and family of the Tarleton State players. I'm sorry.
I feel like just for that. I feel like almost single-handedly just for that. Next year, just as an inside joke, Tarleton State should be our team next year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Even though they're FCS or they
FCS? Yes.
Are they Division 2?
FCS. Yeah,
they're FCS. Okay.
Yeah,
not even Division 2. They're a little bit higher than that, but Oh, Jonah Coleman had a nice rushing touchdown, but I don't think.
Oh,
it
yeah, I caught
I
that.
don't have him. Damn it! That was a nice touch. That was a nice touchdown.
Okay.
Anyway,
all right.
So,
It appears that Washington is starting to pull away in this game.
yes.
So none of the West Coast games are going to be close. Oh, he might have been down before that.
He might have been, but still, it was a good run. Anyway, obviously, the big game, the one everyone was anticipating,
Big
Ohio
noon
State,
kickoff.
Ohio State, big noon kickoff. Lee Corso's final head
his final selection for the big game.
You want to say? Right. Do you want to know some cool statistics though, real quick? That was
that he's over 66% correct in his choice.
It was his 287th correct pick and with 166 with 166 incorrect, I believe, or something around there.
So he's very good at that.
He picked 69 nice different teams in the time he went there. I think Oregon team LSU. I remember seeing something like Miami, LSU, Oregon were in his top 5 most picked. Often, I'm sure the other two are probably Alabama and Ohio State. I'm sure.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, it's sad to see him go, but good for him that he went off on a high note. But obviously, was not too much of a high note. It was very much
retired today.
Yeah,
that's what this was. I feel like it was a great send off.
Mm-hmm.
I actually lost sleep so I could stay up and watch it.
Oh, okay.
Because I got off of work at about 6 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do work night shift, and I stayed up and watched it.
And then you went back, and then you went to sleep, and then you woke up for the Kentucky game.
No, because right after the Kentucky, the Kentucky game was 12:45. So
okay, and then you went to sleep after that.
I have been a trooper. No.
You have been a trooper today.
I have been a trooper today.
You're me most nights or most days.
Oh,
staying up long nights.
Oh yeah, this is nice. Yeah, Washington looks like they're putting this game away.
Yeah,
taking a 2-touchdown lead.
Anyway, so let's get into the Ohio State Texas game. Obviously,
okay. Both of these teams, I'll say this: and this could just be the level of competition.
Mm-hmm.
I was not impressed with either of these teams. I was not impressed with either of these quarterbacks.
I mean, okay. I did see that was the fewest yards Ohio State's had in a win since like 2015. Now,
yes.
I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt.
It is week 1.
Yeah, yes, obviously it's week 1. But the other thing, obviously, Julian Sayin for Ohio State, first career start. Texas was trying to do what they did in the playoff game where they tried to limit Jeremiah Smith. And he did not look himself, actually. He had 2 or 3 drops very early on. They kept pointing that out. They couldn't get the run game going. I remember that was the big thing. Texas was running the ball a lot better, I believe, than Ohio State. At least by the end, I think they had more yardage or rushing yardage. But obviously the big thing for me is I think Ohio State will figure it out. Obviously the bigger concern is Arch Manning.
I'll get your thoughts on that real quick. I gotta mute this TV.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll let you just do that real quick. I straight up kept thinking, watching him throw, that unless he was throwing to, due to, people being in the, throwing lane or something like that, his mechanics looked off. His mechanics looked weird to me. He looked like he really was sidearming it a lot or something. It looked like he was not. He just didn't look comfortable. They started doing kind of the smart thing on that, early in the second half, where they should have probably. They were trying more short yardage intermediate stuff, and he kept having to drop it off.
Just kind of trying to get him comfortable.
Yeah, but I feel like they should have obviously tried that sooner. And obviously, Ohio State's secondary showed up and shut down their deep threats. And so, I think I gave an entire reason as to why I picked Ohio State to win. It was because I just thought, it would be too difficult of a true
too tall of a task to ask.
Too tall of a task for a guy who technically is his third career start, right?
Yeah.
I think Texas would have been better off if they had just done what I think they should have done last year. And once Quinn went down with that injury, they just stuck with Archie. They just stuck with Arch the rest of the year, or as long as you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and give him that opportunity to maybe, hey, he can develop as he get those starts, and maybe takes Texas to where they ended up being anyway. Because Quinn obviously was kind of the reason why they weren't doing as they didn't get all the way.
I mean, so here's the thing. I just think that one, it was a tall task.
Mm-hmm.
He, what you saw throughout the game was he wasn't as accurate as he wasn't as and it really seemed like their red zone offense suffered greatly because of that. And that could even come.
That's also there's also the play calling on those trying those different on those sneaks and stuff that they a few times that didn't work out, like that. Obviously, I feel like Sarkisian's creative enough of an offensive mind that I feel like he could have come up with something better than just a QB sneak like that. Well, especially on that 4th and goal at the 1.
Well, 4th and goal at the 1, you take the field goal. You take points. Period.
Because I mean, it was still only what was it? Still only 7-0 at that point. It was still only 7-0 at that point.
7-0.
Yeah. So yeah, you take
and then it was 14-0. But you take your points. Two trips to the red zone, you come up with nothing. It's brutal. I mean, I'm not saying Texas would have won the game if they kicked field goals, but if they ended up getting that touchdown and they kicked 2 field goals, it's a 1-point game, and they got the ball at the end of the game. So
I mean, Texas had 4 turnovers on downs.
Yes,
and so I think. I think most everyone will agree. The former concern with Texas's offense and Arch looking bad than Ohio State's offense looking bad, because obviously Arch has, even though Sane was, I think, a 5-star recruit as well.
He was.
Obviously, he's getting the benefit of the doubt of it. Was his first career start, right?
Yeah,
and he at least didn't put it in harm's way like Arch did, obviously, with the pick and the one that was a pick but then was overturned for hitting the ground, right?
Yeah.
And Sane obviously had the dagger or the long touchdown to Carnell Tate. So I think if you are hopeful, if there's an offense that you're hopeful can obviously build off of and think is more likely to be where we think it could be, it's Ohio State. Yeah,
it's Ohio State. And not saying that the season's over for either of these teams, right? There's a whole lot of football to be played. So as far as this hurting Texas, this doesn't necessarily hurt Texas and their chances of getting to the playoff or anything like that. I think if they still manage to be a top team in the SEC, they're gonna get in. So
yeah, but obviously at this point, it's it's a whole thing of wait and see.
Yeah,
I mean, because how much longer can Arch?
I mean,
Arch can be allowed to struggle before you wonder, is there
Arch can come out next week and throw for 6 touchdowns and 400 yards, right?
He probably will, because who are they even playing? Who's
exactly? But that's my point. He's going to get better throughout the season.
But the problem with that is, let me see this Texas football. Let me see their schedule.
Do you think
so they play San Jose State. So
but
thing,
really,
my
do you
thing for
think
me
that
is
hold on, if his last name was like Smith or Jones or anything like that, do you think he would have these type of expectations? Absolutely not.
No, but I also think that there's also going to be, if he does what you said, where he has 400 yards and 6 touchdowns next week, there's going to be an absolutely insane overcorrection to the other direction, saying, "Oh my God, no, he's fine." When, for me, no, I don't care what he does.
Maybe they can chalk it up not to that he's fine, but it's more
that
like
maybe it was just first game jitters.
He was green. It was
yes, but at the same time, for me, it will be also that, until he actually does something akin to that against a better team than San Jose State, I'm not going to really hold my breath. I'm going to be I'll be skeptical.
No. Yeah, there you go. That's a better way to say
it. He was I get he's been anointed in a way that Trevor Lawrence was, but Trevor Lawrence also had started as freshman and won a championship, and that's why he kind of had those expectations the next 2 years and into the NFL, which were I feel that was warranted because of what he did, right? Arch has sat for 2 years. He hasn't been able to get that chance, and just because obviously, and it really is just because of his last name, unfortunately, but also because of how good he was in high school. But still, that's why he's been anointed this way, and until he shows up against better competition, I'm gonna be unimpressed. Honestly, I could care less if he does have a stat line like you said of 400 passing yards and 6 touchdowns versus the San Jose. What are they? The Spartans. San Jose State Spartans. Yeah. So that's just me. I think
we've beat this horse to death.
We have beaten this horse to death. So LSU wins and Clemson confirms they're the true best Tigers. Both of us were, and a lot of other people were paralytically upset and annoyed by the overturned touchdown, especially because you, being a Kentucky fan, your beloved Barron Brown, even though he's on LSU. Barron Brown, excuse me. I apologize. I knew kind of who it was. I always forget the name. I apologize. But he got robbed of an incredible touchdown.
He did. But you know what? LSU
ball don't lie.
Held Clemson to a 3-and-out, and then drove down the field and got that touchdown anyways.
Yeah. So ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. LSU wins.
I mean, what was your take? What was your takeaway on this? On that game?
This was LSU's defense has certainly gotten a lot better from last year.
Yes.
Has certainly gotten a lot better. And what we saw in this game was LSU's front four were getting pressure on Cade Klubnik all night.
Cade was running for his life.
Absolutely, and they just really got. I don't think you noticed, or you might have if you were watching the game. LSU ran the same play 3 times. That little screen pass down to the left side. They ran a wide receiver screen pass to the left side.
I can't remember exactly which one. It's funny you mentioned that because I'm thinking of when you said that, it made me think of the end around that Florida State did twice against Alabama that worked both times.
Oh yeah, we're not on that game yet.
We're not there, but that's But okay, I mean, if you say so, I don't remember exactly which play you're referring to. I do apologize.
Oh yeah. It was quite comical. It was in the third quarter, and it was on that touchdown drive.
Oh, okay. To take the lead, or to
take the lead.
Oh, okay.
They were getting about 5-6 yards per play on that, and they were just like, we'll just do it again. We'll do it again. They fell for it again. Let's do it again. I thought that was pretty funny. Finally, Brian Kelly wins his first game of the season
for LSU.
At LSU, yeah. And LSU finally wins their first game of the season since 2019.
And Clemson's 20-something seasons season opening winning streak or something. No, actually, no, that's wrong. That can't be right because they lost to Georgia.
No, they lost to Georgia a couple years ago.
Never mind. I'm thinking of Alabama's again.
Hey, that's fine. We did find out who the real Tigers were. We found out where the real Death Valley is.
It's also funny how in real time I saw a friend of mine in another chat who is a Saints fan go from immediately in the span of about 7 hours went from being like kind of on the fence of wanting Arch Manning to wanting Grant Nussmeier, which also works because Grant Nussmeier's dad is the Saints offensive coordinator, which makes sense.
Yeah, but Nussmeier I believe he's the real deal. His numbers weren't crazy good this game, but it was enough to get the win. And that touchdown should have counted because that was a dime of a throw. It really was. It was a beautiful throw. There was possession. The ball crossed the plane. There was a football move. And then for some reason, when he hits the ground and the ball moves a little bit, even though he didn't lose,
even though he was rolling on top of the ball with it.
You know what? That's SEC officiating for you.
That is very, very, very true. So
they'll get the call wrong no matter what it takes.
So yeah, I was also thinking we were going to have another at one point. I was wondering if we were going to have another repeat of the Georgia-Texas game last year where Texas had that pass interference call overturned, or the refs arbitrarily picked it up just because of the fans started throwing garbage on the field.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to happen when Clemson got that pass interference or that holding call on them. And they started throwing. I was like, oh, God, please do not do this, SEC crew. Do not.
Dude, I'm telling you, they are the worst. But
I can't. But you know what I'm most happy and excited to see is the SEC shorts because we're gonna see LSU happy. We're gonna see LSU and Auburn happy. We're gonna see Alabama sad. We're gonna see Texas and Alabama both like sad or losing or whatever. It's gonna be hilarious.
They'll be in the below 500 club.
They'll be like they'll be in this. They'll be like being taught what is an offense. Is like I don't follow. What is this thing that you call an offense? Is that where the quarterback throws off his back foot into triple coverage or something?
No, they're going to have Alabama, Texas, and Kentucky in the same room. They're going to be like,
"What is an offense?"
No. They're going to it'll be an offensive thing, and it's like, so we're supposed to beat the people we play by double digits, like. No,
that's what's required of you, but clearly not.
Right, clearly it's optional. Let's go on and
we got more thoughts on that. I'm sure Ryan will have more thoughts on that. Obviously,
the big upset,
his eternal hatred of Brian Kelly. So yeah, Alabama gets rolled by Florida State. It was actually not. It felt like the game it was not as close as the score indicated because I think it was 24-7.
This game was such a gem. It had all the trappings of a great college football game. You had the smack talk in the offseason from
Castellanos saying, "I don't think they can stop me."
Says, I don't think they
can stop us or stop us.
And he said they won't have Saban on the sideline to save them.
I'm sure there are some Alabama fans that are wishing he was back.
Oh, definitely. They do not like.
I think the favorite thing to see in the wild during college football season are sad Alabama fans.
Oh, it's fantastic. It
really is. What were your takeaways?
I mean, this was a clinic that only Gus Malzahn could put on, right? And so we're going to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to run it down their throats. We're going to make them stop us. And they weren't able to.
Yeah, so I shared this before we started. I saw this on ESPN. Florida State now had 9 completions in a win over Alabama. It was the fewest in a win over Alabama since 2007 or 8, since whenever Saban started, around that.
Yeah, so what we saw today,
the only other game that was like that was the Oklahoma game from last year. And then in the bowl game versus Michigan last year, they had 10 completions. So three of the fewest like losses that they've had with or 3 losses that they've had with like the fewest amount of completions have happened in Kalen DeBoer's first 14, 15 games as head coach of Alabama.
This is his second season. Yeah, so it's going to be a rough year for Alabama if they play like that.
Ty Simpson didn't look good.
They did not look good. They looked like they were playing on their heels the entire game. Ty Simpson did not look good.
Florida State really was playing with like
2 interceptions.
I think he had 1. I don't know if did he have any? I don't even remember if he had any interceptions. I'll just say this: like Florida State was playing with house money. They could have, if they had lost by less than 10, we would have been like, oh, that's impressive. You know what I mean? Like they're
absolutely
they're rebounding after a tough year, or if they just outright, or if they won by a field goal or won on a game-winning field goal, be like, oh, nice, that's impressive or something. But it didn't matter what happened, win or loss. We're gonna be like, oh, that's impressive, unless it was a blowout of something. But the fact that they were the ones blowing out Alabama is far more impressive.
Absolutely.
Castellanos, I'll say this: Castellanos still definitely, his passing definitely does leave a lot to desire. I remember there was one play he sailed a wide open tight end. He was like the tallest. The broadcast said that he was the tallest tight end that the team had. And he sailed it by 5 yards over the dude's head on a wide open crosser over the middle. That easily would have gone a first down in a clean pocket. So, and that was always his thing at Boston College. VT, we dominated Boston College last year. We would contain Castellanos in his passing. We had 2 picks on the first 2 possessions for Boston College. Our defense did. So, like, that's going to be the Achilles heel, though, definitely going forward. If the run game gets stopped for Florida State, and I don't think the passing is good enough to win a game. That's just me.
Yeah. Regardless, Alabama just did not play well today. I just think that
it's almost now I think about it, it's almost like carbon copy, but it's almost exactly how Vandy won. They just ran the ball and then made the critical completions when they need to, and you were just daring Alabama to try and stop them running the ball, and Alabama couldn't. Now Vandy at least has a competent passing QB to be able to make the completions and the right passes when it needs to. But
Castellanos has the legs and the physicality.
Yeah, exactly. Pavia has legs, but Castellanos is a different level, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest surprise, the biggest upset, technically not the biggest upset. I feel like USF and Boise State was a bigger.
Oh, just how big of a blowout was?
Yeah. But that was just numbers wise. This Florida State team, I think, can make a run, and that's if they play like this all year. Who's to say that they got up for Alabama and then they can't do it for other teams, right? It could have been very emotional for them. And another thing to think, there had to be a little bit of animosity because you remember Alabama got into that playoff in, what was that, 23?
Oh yeah. I'm sure that was definitely not all the players, very few players that were still.
Yeah, but
I'm sure he used that to be like this is what happens. Here's what this felt like. I don't care if you guys weren't here. Use this to motivate yourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Norvell has saved his time at least for another year. Unless they somehow crash and burn again and go 2-10 again, which I don't think that's going to happen this year. But if they, if it's 8, 9, 10 wins or something, he'll get another year, obviously, or 2. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. They, from what I've been hearing from Alabama fans today, and keep in mind, it's fresh, it's emotional.
DeBoer's well, you're talking about DeBoer. I was talking about Norvell, but
oh, okay. Well, I'm talking about DeBoer right now. Just what I'm hearing from them today is they are willing to pitch in for the buyout.
There you go.
Like I said, emotional and stuff. They'll get over it. But if they go 8-4 this year, they go 7-5 this year.
If they have another 4-loss season, I think at least Alabama fans would want them gone.
Absolutely, that'll be one of the hottest seats in college football.
Hell, at that point, I as a VT fan, if we have another bad or like go 6-6, I'd want DeBoer. Because at the very least, he'd be able to make us probably better.
Yeah,
but it's obviously it's different, expectations wise. If he was at VT than at Alabama, of course. So
yeah.
But anyway, so the other kind of big game was we had Georgia Tech.
This was on Friday, I believe.
This Friday. Yeah, I saw that. I wasn't able to watch this game because I was working. But I did see that Colorado went for like a Hail Mary at the end, and they didn't get it. So I only ever saw that it was Colorado was up like 7-0 at one point, like in the first quarter or something. That's all I know about this entire game. So
yeah.
So what are your thoughts? Can you give me some thoughts? Give me your what you know about this game.
I gotcha. So Colorado early on established the run, which is something that I didn't think they were going to be able to do against Georgia Tech. So I'll give props where it's due. They were able to establish the run, to set up the play action, get some good chunk yardage kind of earlier. It seemed like at halftime Georgia Tech made an adjustment, and just Colorado just floundered on offense. Georgia Tech was able to come back and win that game, actually get ahead, I believe, by 2 touchdowns at one point. And just the outstanding performance from Haynes King, going out there and using his legs and not turning the ball over so much. And early on in the game, I believe Georgia Tech turned the ball over 3 times in the first half. In the second half, they didn't turn it over once. So definitely made the right halftime adjustments, and we're able to get that. I think that, and I'm not going to blame a coach for being really optimistic and positive about a game, even if it's a loss or whatever. And I don't believe any of the articles that I read about Deion Sanders, because I know the media loves to take stuff out of context and just try to make it as outrageous as they possibly can, to try to get clicks and stuff like that. I feel like he's kind of looking at this like, we were able to pack the house. We were able to be on national TV. Let's get this.
Oh, for Colorado, yeah.
Let's get this. Let's use this as momentum. Like, we came up short on the comeback. Is the angle he was coming at, and he was. He may have said something similar to, but maybe not exactly, as Georgia Tech survived that game. It's like, I don't know, man. They were beating you pretty good. But go ahead, Connor.
Oh, I'm just watching. I just have I'm not sure if you have it still on or not, but Ohio State, they're showing right now, is 6 straight wins versus AP top 20 or top 5 teams after today's win.
That is impressive.
So they have because Notre Dame was a higher seed in the national championship. Was a top 5 seed or something. I guess technically top 5 ranked. They beat obviously Penn State. They beat Indiana. They beat Oregon in the Big Ten championship. No, not the Big Ten championship. Or did they? I don't remember. But then there was another team in there. There's another game that I can't remember. But anyway, okay. Here, I created this one. Just any thoughts on any of the games that you were watching or have been watching?
Thoughts on my game.
Okay. Yeah, because Virginia Tech has not played. They play tomorrow.
No, they play tomorrow at 3. So Kentucky did play today at 12:45. Played the projected MAC conference champions Toledo.
Impressive.
And it's hard to watch. There were a lot of. It seems like the forward pass was a little difficult for Kentucky in this game. Not a lot of downfield passes were connecting. Not a lot of, and by that I mean none. The tight ends were being used quite a bit, so I'm happy about that. The running backs, Dowdell and McGowan, they did fantastic. I think the offensive line did great. Calzado was not sacked, he was sacked once for a safety. That was a bad read. But Zach Calzada is a quarterback at Kentucky now. He really, I questioned his decision making with stuff. He did a lot of RPOs and stuff where he had to read, and I don't know, man. I feel like there was just a part of the game that just wasn't clicking for the guys. And I'd like to call it like the settle down bowl is just kind of the joke I had because they asked both coaches at halftime what each team needed to do, and they both said settle down. But Toledo they just really weren't able to third downs at all. Kentucky defense with lights out.
Your Wi-Fi is really bad right now, dude.
Oh, sorry. Do you got me? Am I coming through clear right now?
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
It's bad.
A little bit better. It's awful. Still bad. You can't even hear me.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Now you're paused.
Oh, come on. No.
Oh, no, I can hear you, but your face is frozen completely now. I can hear you though.
Damn it. Sorry for cursing, but
you're fine.
Am I at least coming
your
through
pauses for cursing? We curse way worse.
I know. I'm just trying not to.
I know.
Let me get some of those tabs now. Now, am I okay?
Nope. You might want to leave and come back.
So, okay, I will leave and come back.
We'll see if that works.
Give me a second here.
So the reason why I'm sitting like this is, as they're showing the Oregon, is I have set up 2 screens for my enjoyment for today. I had a video game playing on one, and there you go. And I had the YouTube TV multi-view on the other TV. So today was a very nice, comfortable day for myself. Hopefully Josh can come back and join us shortly. Why did I need to add him? There we go.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me finish that thought.
Try and finish your diatribe.
So Calzada, decision making wasn't good. Our receivers were on milk cartons.
They were just like, where are they?
Bro, it was bad. But yeah, Toledo, like I said, defense played lights out. Toledo didn't convert a third down until like the third or fourth quarter, or they might have had 1 third down conversion in the first half. So no complaints on the defense, but as far as Kentucky's offense goes, there was much to be desired, and we'll just chalk this up to it's week 1. Hopefully they were not using the full playbook and figuring it out, but I feel like I'm in denial.
Yeah, so my takeaways was definitely UCLA, bruh. That's all I got to say. Bruh. Seriously, Nico?
They're terrible. Tennessee came out on the better half on that one.
Yes. And Tennessee did look good against Syracuse. I didn't watch. I was not watching that game. I had it on my.
That was a blowout. Tennessee looked fantastic against Syracuse.
Yeah. And then what else? I got my Southern Miss pick wrong. I picked them to beat Mississippi State because I thought Mississippi State was going to be bad enough to lose to them. So I got that wrong.
I mean, they could have lost to them. It's just Southern Miss just didn't get a lot of breaks in that game.
Yeah.
Ole Miss is not, or I'm sorry, not Ole Miss. Mississippi State's not going to beat themselves.
My other takeaway is I'm going to go slightly homer, even though it's not VT. One of my 3 teams, Malik Washington, who is the 5th, I think he was the 5th QB recruit in the 2025 class. Committed to Maryland. He was a high 4-star.
He's a Terrapin.
Yeah, he's a Terrapin. He is the first freshman Power Conference QB to throw 3 touchdown passes in his season-opening debut since Trevor Lawrence. He's the first true freshman Big Ten QB to throw 3 touchdown passes in his season-opening debut since Michigan's Tate Forcier in 2009. And his 258 yards are the most by a true freshman in a debut by a QB in Maryland football history as they roll over Florida Atlantic. So at least they have a true freshman QB that looks to be the legit. And Maryland right now also has a commitment from the number 1 overall recruit in the 2026 class, Zion Ely right now. He was on the sideline for this game, even though there was almost no fans in the stands. If you look it up on Twitter, there's so few fans in the stands. It was ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
But September, Maryland has captured me or will capture me since we're technically still not in September yet. So they're going to get me. I just know it. But, good job for Maryland for them to at least have looks like a competent, good QB to start off. So tomorrow we get to see my team play South Carolina, which is giving me extreme deja vu because the last time Virginia Tech played a directional Carolina team that had a hyped up Heisman Trophy candidate QB and was a dark horse playoff contender, we beat North Carolina and Sam Howell in 2021, 17-10. So, I'm just waiting for, if that somehow does happen, to just be like, hey, it's deja vu, and put that on Reddit somewhere or on Twitter and be like, hey. So I don't have it like prepared. I don't have that. I'm not.
No, you don't have it typed up, but
I'm not that happy or not that expecting it to actually be anything good at the moment. So we shall see. But
all right, I think that's about it.
That's all we got. I mean, unfortunately, I will be working as this game's going on. So if they're losing, I'll at least be distracted enough to not be too mad or too sad if it happens, because I will be starting work at actually right before this game starts. Game starts at 3:00. I'll have to be at work about 2:00.
Yeah, so, Connor, I don't think anybody picked VT in this one.
No, I know that, but I was surprised that they're only a 7.5 point underdog, which really surprised me.
That's a little crazy, but I mean, I'd take that and run.
I don't know if I would take them to cover that or to just take the under, or not take the under, but take the cover. But I definitely was surprised by that. But obviously neutral site, I would assume that's at least double digits at South Carolina, and that'd be a 4.5 point underdog at home at VT or something to that effect.
Yeah.
So that's still surprising. I'll say that, but
yeah.
it's the start of Brent Pryce really on this. He's got to get at least 7. I think he's got to get at least 7, if not 8 wins to probably really realistically keep his job. He can't go another 6-6.
Would you be interested in a Mark Stoops?
I don't even know who they would go for. It's ironic, actually. Just 2 weeks ago, the AD for Virginia Tech literally gave an entire presentation to the board of visitors, or board of trustees, or whatever, for VT about the importance of needing to invest more money in the football team. I'm like, and VT football Twitter was just like, this is a presentation he should have given about a decade ago, or right around the time that Frank Beamer was getting ready to leave, because you are so behind on this. It was ridiculous. Yeah. Like, with the changing times and stuff like that. So, like, I don't know. We'll have to see. Obviously, I'm not like Ryan, who if Notre Dame loses tomorrow night to Miami, he's going to be paralytically upset.
Oh, he'll be very upset.
I'll be totally, even if VT was good, like when my Ravens, when they lose, I don't get upset. I don't get that upset. You know what I mean? That's just me. That's just how I operate and how I think.
Fan is short for fanatic, so I understand it. I get it.
I mean, yeah, but my thinking is always, the game's now over. Why worry or waste any more of my time worried or thinking about it? Like, it's not worth it.
Yeah, and I'm not saying this would be the case for
me complaining about it. Me complaining about it is not going to change the outcome. So why waste my time?
Yeah, and I'm not saying that this is the same case for Notre Dame. But if Kentucky had lost today, roll the season up. We're done.
We're not beating anybody. It's a little different. Like, yeah, I mean, like, if it would be like it probably wouldn't be as actually. Would you guys losing Toledo have been as bad as us losing ODU from a few years ago?
Yeah,
probably the equivalent. So
yeah,
maybe
you just gotta roll the season up after that. It's like, okay, you lost the fans. I could go buy a ticket for $10 now.
Well, actually, because I wasn't on Friday's show or yesterday's show, what are your quick thoughts on? There's a few games tomorrow. There's it's really just those 2 games, right? They're the kind of the significant ones. VT, South Carolina, and Notre Dame, Miami, right? I don't think there's any real significant ones. What are your thoughts on those 2 games going ahead, and who did you have? I mean, I know everyone probably picked.
Okay, so I had. So let's start with the 3:00 game. Mm-hmm. I had South Carolina. I think that their D line is just monstrous. They're going to get pressure on drones all game. I think that offensively, VT will struggle, and I think that Lenore Sellers is a Heisman candidate. At least in the preseason, he is. He was the most accurate SEC quarterback last season. Really kind of led a team that nobody thought was going to be able to do anything last season to a team that won 8 games. So
they won. I think they got to 9 or 10 actually with the bowl game.
With the bowl game.
I think they got to either 9 or 10.
I think it was 9 because I don't think they had a 10-win season. But my point is they're very good. They got a lot of different ways they can hurt you and beat you. So I know VT is no slouch. It's going to be a good game, but I really think that when it comes down to it, South Carolina's pass defense is crazy. So that's going to be a very tough game for Virginia Tech to win. I think if Virginia Tech wants to win that game, they have to establish the run and be more physical up front.
And I think, and VT did that. VT was smart. They addressed their offensive line because they had a few guys leave. One of them was actually at LSU and was their starting center, Braylon Moore, I think. But they then brought in the offensive line coach from West Virginia and brought in, I think, 4 or if not all 5 members of West Virginia's offensive line from last year.
Okay.
As their offensive line this year. And the guy they brought in is known as one of the best O-line coaches in the country. So that gives me some hope to that they can be better in their trenches, because that was definitely a weakness for them last year. Even just, and it was almost despite that Basil Toon was able to have as good of a year as he had rushing at times.
Now, is Tootin back?
No, he's with the Jags. Our starting running back now is Terrion Stewart, but I think he might be injured. I saw there's a flag, an injury flag next to his in the fantasy. So we'll see. Drones is back. Was kind of injury or was injured last year a few times. Offensively, it'll be interesting. They lost their top 3 or 4 wide receivers to graduation. So they had they have a few young guys that were already on the roster, but they brought in a few more guys. It sounds like the entire defense is almost completely new too. So they have a new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator. So we really don't know what we're going to get from this VT team. Yeah. We have no idea. We honestly have no idea what VT is going to look like, other than we know what Drones can and has shown he can do when he's on his game, which was he actually looked very competent and very good in 2023 when the offense finally started to click. But beyond that, we have no idea. It's going to be definitely a good first challenge, and then obviously have Vandy the next week, which I'm going to that game actually. So
very nice.
So that'll be 2 very tough first games for VT to see how they stack up actually, and kind of where the season can go. And then of course the nightcap, Notre Dame at Miami. I picked Miami to win. It was the same kind of reasoning as to why I didn't take Arch Manning, but even more so in Texas to win is because it's CJ Carr making his first career start on the road.
CJ Carr is an unknown commodity,
and I don't care if Miami is known for not having the best on the home field advantage. At least on a night game against a team like Notre Dame, that place will be rocking. It will be sold out, or probably close.
No, Connor, it will be hard rocking.
It'll be hard rocking. Yes,
it'll be hard rocking.
But definitely, so that's why I took Miami, was because of that. That was my thinking. And I think Miami will definitely want to come out and prove themselves, and Carson Beck will want to try and come out and prove himself as well. You know what I mean? So
I also took Miami in this game. Just in I know I'm wearing a Notre Dame shirt now, but
I didn't even notice that just now.
But I am taking Miami in this game. It's just you've got the and I think there's going to be a real hunger with this Notre Dame team coming up short in the national championship.
Well, yeah, I can totally
last year.
See that, yeah.
But like I said, and the same kind of reason though, we don't know what CJ Carr is going to do. Is he going to turn the ball over? Is he going to, miss throws that are normal? Is he going to be really nervous and just break down in the pocket? Is he going to take unnecessary sacks? These are all things that.
How aggressive is Freeman going to be with a true freshman quarterback? Or is he a true freshman quarterback?
He's a redshirt freshman, I believe.
Yeah, so but even still, how aggressive he's going to be with certain calls. How aggressive is Mario Cristobal going to be on with his defense as well? So,
it'll
definitely be tough. We'll see.
Absolutely, but I feel like this is a good place to stop.
So
this is under an hour still.
Yeah, just about an hour. Hopefully, we can reset this up so that we start doing this come either right after the nightcap, the main primetime games that starts at 7 is over. We can just do a lot. We can just do it quickly around 11 o'clock or so. Maybe that way, all of us will still be able to actually be up to do a quick recap. I like that better than obviously waiting the entire way through Friday to do that. It's more, it gives more initial thoughts. So hopefully we can keep this going. If not, if at the very least, it's probably can be at least you and me probably.
Oh yeah.
So
it'll be a fun time.
Yeah, but of course it's just for now. Obviously, it's just Josh and me. So we'll appreciate it. 63 people came out and watched us do this for just about an hour or so, just chatting away.
At almost 3 a.m.
Yep. So, and I'm sicko enough that I'm about to be up in about 5 hours to watch Formula One. So,
All right.
For Josh, I'm Connor. This has been the Week So podcast. We'll be back next Friday to, I won't be there, but we'll have another kind of recap about this week's games and predictions and pick'ems for Week 2. College football, baby. We're back. And next week, the NFL starts as well. Oh, God. Who's the first game for your Steelers?
Oh, boy. Was it – who's the North playing this year?
We play the NFC North. We play the NFC North.
NFC North.
We play the NFC North and the AFC East? Is that right? Yeah, we play I think we play the AFC East.
New Jersey.
Oh, the Jets?
New York Jets. My bad.
Okay, so it's the AFC, it's the NFC North and the AFC East. Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
So starting out with the Jets.
Cool. I remember the Ravens the last time we played the AFC East. Our season started home on the road, or it was like on the road home against the AFC East. We just played all 4 of them, just start the season, just rotated home
Get it out of the way. Yeah.
Get it out of the way first. That was the season. Unfortunately, we blew leads to both. That was when Tua had his coming out game against us when he had the 6 touchdowns. Unfortunately, that was the year that happened. So fun. So
all right.
Yeah, we'll be back next Friday.
So,
yeah, can't wait. This will be fun. Football is back in stride. So much fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So then, guys.